Isekaigen's newest update is out with so many new features, so check it all out at play.isekaigen.com. Is life feeling too lighthearted for you? Then here are 10 dark fantasy romance anime that you must watch. Let's go! You know what comes first with dark fantasy? Vampires. Vampire Bund follows Mina Teepees, a vampire queen who publicly reveals her species' existence on live TV and strikes a deal with Japan to build a vampire sanctuary called the Vampire Bund. Enter Akira Kaburagi, a guy who conveniently hates talking about vampires and has zero memory of why. Meeting Mina triggers something in him, and he starts protecting her like a simp until he discovers he's actually a werewolf. That's quite a lot of twists you got there. Dance in the Vampire Bund actually does something most vampire anime forget to do. It treats vampires as beings who evolve. They're not just cloaked figures rotting in medieval castles. They've moved with time, developed culture, built power structures. The side characters never feel like filler either. Every time someone steps into the frame, they leave a mark. Mina and Akira also have this unmissable dynamic. So if you need a good modern vampire show to binge watch, give this a go.
あなたが突き飛ばした時に口の中切ったの。さっきからちょっと乱暴なんじゃ。
Alrighty, enough with the popular vampires, because in this anime, vampires exist in society's shadows. These vampires don't need blood to survive, but strong emotions can flip the switch and turn them into killing machines. College student Tsukasa Taira gets thrown into this world when her friend is revealed as a vampire and promptly arrested. Enter Anzai, a half-human, half-vampire detective who ends up protecting her. The two slowly fall for each other while Anzai battles a literal monster side inside him that wants to eat his girlfriend.
それにこれ着てると変な夢もあんまり見ない気が。
If Tokyo Ghoul and a slow burn romance had a baby, this would be it. Yes, this might not have that same feeling as Tokyo Ghoul, but if you ignore the whole supernatural aspect and focus on the romance, you get a nice, wholesome watch. Tsukasa is so genuinely warm and kind, you're rooting for her immediately. And Enzai's whole I don't deserve happiness energy makes him oddly compelling. There is also some decent action scenes here, and I want to put some emphasis on the word decent.
夜明け撮りたくて。
夜明け？
うん。夜が青空に変わる一瞬をさ。
Yurito Morimiya is obsessed with photographing the sky, sunrises, sunsets, you name it. During one early morning shoot, he sees a girl arguing with a vending machine over tomato juice, who then vanishes before he can call the asylum. From there onwards, this anime follows Yorito and his sister Aono, and their friends Mana and Koyori, alongside this mysterious girl who keeps appearing and disappearing, all while having a mysterious supernatural secret.
せーの。
ちょ。
This one's a slow burn, both in terms of romance and mystery, but that is its secret recipe of success. When Matsuri first shows up, she's charming in this understated way that makes Yorito's instant simping completely believable. Aono is also delightfully unhinged, but fiercely devoted, which honestly makes her the most compelling character. Mena actually has a personality beyond pining. She snoops, she schemes, she's fun. The supernatural twist reframes everything you thought you knew, so this underrated anime is genuinely worth your time.
必要な時には好きな名前で呼べばいいのよ。ある人は迷宮図書館と呼んだわ。他にはダンタリオンの書館。
Lord Huge Disward inherits his grandfather's mysterious manor under one condition. He must guard the Bibliotheca Mystica de Danatilian, a forbidden archive of knowledge, and also care for the enigmatic girl Dalian, who is somehow connected to it. When his grandfather's killer resurfaces wielding a cursed phantom book, Huey discovers that Dalian is the archive, and she entrusts him with the key to unlocking her power. Together, they seal the book away and begin hunting down other dangerous phantom books.
さあ、ヒュイ、今のうちにコンラッドの現象を封印するのです。 私たちの手で。
If you're into mysterious atmospheres and oddball duos, this one delivers. Huey is that rare protagonist who actually feels competent. He shoots, pilots, and reads ancient texts without breaking a sweat. Dalian bosses him around like she owns the place, which honestly makes their dynamic super fun. The episodic format hurts the story since concepts get introduced and dropped without explanation, but each episode still brings something fresh.
いやジャンヌ俺は君に興味が湧いてきたぞ
Time for a history lesson, folks. Scorned by his own kind for being born under a blue moon, the vampire Vanitas created a cursed grimoire called the Book of Vanitas. In the 19th century Paris, a young vampire, Noé Archiviste, is hunting for this legendary tome when he crosses paths with a strange human doctor who goes by the name Vanitas, wielding the exact book Noé was searching for. This guy says he's a vampire specialist, and together the two navigate all the supernatural chaos related to vampires. This anime hooked me from episode 1. You're gonna think it's gonna be some BL anime, but don't worry, the second episode fixes that when Jean is introduced. My guy Vanitas himself is charismatic, sarcastic, and impossible to read, which makes watching him interact with the straight-faced Noe in the series Jean pretty entertaining. Also, Jean and Dami round out a cast as some interesting female characters, and all in all, we get some great vampire mystery show in our hands.
こうしてみるとやっぱり人形みたいだな
Gosick follows Kazuya Kujo, a Japanese exchange student at the elite Saint Margaret Academy in the fictional European country of Salville. The guy is nicknamed Black Reaper by superstitious classmates, and he stumbles upon the brilliant and doll-like Victorec de Blois hidden away in the Academy's towering library garden. Together, they get pulled into a string of mysteries from ghost ships to alchemists, all while a much larger war goes on beneath the surface. Going in expecting a detective show? Wrong. Gosick is a historical fiction with mystery sprinkled on top, and a romance that sneaks up on you like Toradora did. Sure, the first episodes might make you think it's a horror anime, but give a few more episodes a go, and then the true vibe of the show will settle in. Victorec starts off cold and emotionally distant, and watching her gradually open up because of Kujo is genuinely satisfying. But more than anything, the backgrounds and world building are gorgeous. The ending gets a little chaotic, but hey, it's set during World War II, so maybe that's the point.
よかったことなんて一度もない
いつか君が良かったと思えるようにしよう。
Chise Hattori, a 15-year-old girl with nowhere to go, willingly sells herself at an auction for £5 million. The buyer is Elias Ainsworth, a towering skull-faced magus who takes her away to a cottage in rural England. Turns out Chise is a rare sleigh-beggy, someone with extraordinary magical potential. What starts as a strange master-apprentice arrangement slowly becomes something far more complicated as Chise discovers magic, mythical creatures, and maybe even a reason to actually want to live.
僕は君を僕のお嫁さんにするつもりでもあるんだ。
This show does something most fantasy anime fumble. It earns its emotional weight. Chise doesn't start as some confident heroine. She's a girl who's been abandoned so many times she stopped caring about what happens to her. Watching her inch towards self-worth through interactions with dragons, fairies, and one very inhuman magus who somehow catches feelings is really satisfying. Elias is equally fascinating too. He's a guy with no real understanding of humanity, slowly piecing together what caring for someone even means. 2 seasons are out, so give this one a go.
それとも何か用事でもあるの
ストロベリー
は
ハーゲンダッツのストロベリーお前の分がそのままだ始末してけ
Late 90s Japan is rocked by a string of eerily similar suicides, all victims leaping from the same abandoned Fujo building. Enter Shiki Ryogi, a cold, mysterious girl with supernatural abilities who teams up with Toko Aozaki, a magic specializing detective who also makes dolls because why not? And Toko's assistant Mikia Kokuto. Together, they dig into the dark, twisted forces behind these deaths.
お お前が落ちろ。
Kara no Koyokai's first movie punches well above its weight. And canonically, this isn't even the first movie. The second is the first movie, the fourth is the second, and the first is the third. So there you go, you maths-loving nerds, try figuring that out. But on the good side, the pacing is tight, the tension builds naturally, and Uftable's animation makes every frame feel deliberate. Their action sequences especially hit different, with CG blended so smoothly you barely notice.
私は定一君に触れるの好きよ。こうして私に触れてくれるのは定一君だけだから。
Saikyo Private Academy has been haunted for 60 years by Yuko, a ghost with no memory of her life or death. She secretly runs the Paranormal Investigations Club searching for answers. When freshman Taichi Nia discovers he can see her, the two quickly bond and team up. Joined by Yuko's relative Kiri Kanoe and the endlessly enthusiastic Momoe Okonogi, they investigate the school's infamous 7 mysteries while slowly uncovering the dark truth behind Yuko's death.
定一君綺麗だね。
So, you've got a hot ghost who flirts constantly, a guy somehow keeping his cool about it, and a mystery slowly unraveling in the background. Yeah, this show is exactly as fun as it sounds. Yuko carries the whole thing. Her cheerful personality hiding something genuinely dark makes every dramatic reveal hit harder. Kirei's constant paranoia about Yuko and Momoe's over-the-top enthusiasm balance the cast perfectly. It's not a horror anime by any stretch, but the psychological twists later on are legitimately gripping.
それとただいまさくら。
The Holy Grail War is a death match between 7 mages and their summoned historical servants, all fighting for the Holy Grail, a wish-granting artifact. Fuyuki City is still scarred from the 4th war a decade ago, becomes ground zero once more. Shiru Amiya, a survivor of that disaster, gets dragged into the 5th war after accidentally witnessing a servant battle and summoning his own. He teams up with Rin Tusaka to stop a mysterious shadow killing people across the city. But his feelings for Sakura Mato pull him towards a darker secret buried beneath the war.
さくらが悪いことをしたら怒る。誰よりも叱る。
よかった。
Now this is peak Fate series for me. Screw the game, screw the other adaptations. This adapts the darkest emotional route of the entire visual novel and tops it up a notch with Uftable's mind-blowing animation. Heaven's Feel is where the Fate franchise stops playing nice. Sakura, who spends most of the franchise being quietly unsettling, finally gets her moment. And watching her slowly unravel Shiro's hero complex while hiding something genuinely terrifying makes every scene between them perfect. If you want a great dark fantasy romance, give this one a go.